All right, let's roll into our three pack. So obviously, a lot of agents are not doing as well as they were last year. Some agents are really struggling. A lot of agents are taking a look at their production levels and going, "All right, something's amiss."
Change, yeah.
But I think what every agent needs to understand is not every agent is struggling. All right.
True.
So it's just if you're struggling, yes, the market is part of it, but not everybody across the board is struggling. So you've got to figure out, and really what the theme of today is focusing on your relationships with other agents. It's incredible. It's critical. So if you're struggling, you have got to start asking other agents what is working for them. Other agents have the answers. Success, I'm not going to say agents who are thriving and doing well in this market have answers. They're doing something, whether it's in their scripts, their dialogue, their marketing materials, their consultations. They're doing something to overcome the issues that we're having in the market. So, and I do this all the time. Every agent I ever come in contact with, no matter where I'm at, I always ask how their business is. How is your business? And if they say it's going really, really well, that's going to lead into a deeper conversation. I want to know, why is it doing really well? I'm asking every agent to come in contact with who's succeeding is, how are you overcoming the rate objection? So include agents in cross sales. Ask these questions. Include agents at any agent event. You know, we have all these happy hours. You should be at these happy hours. If you're struggling, you should be at these happy hours. Look for the agents that are being successful and start asking questions. And if they say it's going well, ask them what they are doing to experience success in this market. I always train our agents. You're a private investigator. You're grilling and asking questions.
You know, I was at a luxury home happy hour kind of thing last night. It's called The One and Only. It's an annual thing with Luxury Home Magazine. And so I was there with about 350 agents. And Mike, I did exactly that. You know, when you're talking to people, the greatest way to walk out of an event being the guy everybody likes is ask a bunch of questions of people and let them talk. So I did, and it was funny because what I was hearing was nothing that was silver bullet. There was nothing that somebody was doing that was so dramatically different than anybody else that really led to it. Now, sure, some people had niche markets and things of that nature, and niche markets always are a great opportunity for realtors. But the outcome of the night was just basically that they are regimented. They, every single day, they wake up and they do the same contacting and communicating. And realistically, that's called prospecting. And I know we don't like certain words because it sounds like we have to go to work. But imagine that if you could wake up every morning and just make friends and have fun conversations and make sure that those fun conversations ended in the fact that these people understand that you do real estate and bring up that real estate and that investment conversation with people. But these are what these people are talking about. And these are the most elite group of people in the marketplace. Now, it doesn't mean that they're any better than anybody else. It just means that the market that they're going after, they've identified that consistent, systematic production, quantum small things every single day at the end of the year lead to big gains.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. We're talking about you as an agent talking
Right.
to other agents, and you'd mentioned, imagine waking up every day and making friends. Nick, I know that's a struggle for you.
I didn't know where you're going with that. I was not expecting
I
that.
didn't either.
Well, that's on you then.
I mean, it is my fault, 100%. And I think the point is making sure to have those conversations. Sometimes agents feel like their competition is the other agent in the room, and that's just not accurate. We're all entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs grow by working together and finding out what the other ones are doing, especially when market changes. Consistency is always going to be the answer, but what are you doing consistently? That is the question that you need to get your pulse on when the market changes.
All right. So the next thing, and everything that I'm putting up here is what I do. I gain more information and more insight to succeed in my business from other agents that are producing. I don't spend a tremendous amount of time with agents who aren't producing, because if they're not producing, they haven't figured it out. This has been 20 years in real estate. This has been part of my roadmap to success. So focus on, in the next 2 weeks, just try it. Take a top producer to lunch, whether it's a breakfast, a lunch, or a happy hour. I'm always taking note on who's producing. Take note on who's the top 10 in your office and who makes the top 25 in the brokerage. They're there for a reason. They figured something out. Or go to your office manager and say, who in our office is experiencing success
idea.
and who do you think would be willing to just kind of sit down with me so I can pick their brain? And again, invite them to breakfast, lunch, happy hour, etc., and just ask the questions, and most agents will be willing to share. I have a network that I meet with, or I got about 30 team, or it's actually closer to 40 team leaders from around the country that I network with. I always make it a point every single month, pick up the phone and talk to at least 2 of them. What is going on in their market? How are they succeeding? It's where I get a lot. I always say that all of my great ideas, none of them I've invented.
Yeah.
Right?
Of
I
course,
get them
none
from
of us
I
did.
did.
Nick showed up to play.
He's in the game. Yeah. So, I take this, Mike, and the one thing I'd like to let everybody know is the reason why West USA has happy hours at their offices is not for everybody to go necessarily and drink. But what we do, or eat, Mike. But what we do know,
Or both,
yeah, or
Mike.
both. But what we do know, and the reason is because we want to have some kind of reason for you. We have office meetings, we have classes that we put on that bring people to the offices. But we also have the happy hours, and it's designed for us to be social with one another, to get to know the other person. Maybe it's a cross sale. But to today's topic, it's about networking. It's about having those conversations, finding out who the successful people are that are attending those happy hours and having this conversation with them.
I think there's a lot of apprehension just asking the question, not knowing the answer, not being the most productive person in the room, not having the right question to ask. People get nervous when people join West USA. If they're a brand new licensee, or even if they're a veteran, there's a little hesitation to call the broker for that first time and kind of break the ice.
Good point.
This is definitely a scary thing to go call a top producing agent. Those agents you see on the boards every single month, the ones you see talking in the office, that is a non-entrepreneurial mindset. That is a finite mindset. You need to have comfortability in your business and with yourself to not know the question. Go and sit down and say, I don't know what questions to ask, but I wanted to meet with you because I see you hit those top boards every month, and I'm excited to be as productive and as successful as you are as an agent.
Well, and first of all, and I'm going to get a little harsh, if you are too apprehensive
Here we go.
to pick up a phone and call a top producing agent and invite them out to a free lunch, how are you going to pick up the phone and call somebody who could be your next buyer or seller? And I like that. And if you don't know the questions, it's really simple. What are the 3 things that you're doing to succeed in this market? Yep. How are you overcoming rate objections? And my partner Ryan, I love this. Every time we meet with somebody, whether it's a new vendor or something like that, and it's a new product, he always asks the question. He goes, "Okay, so what am I not asking?" Mm-hmm. Like it's such a great question.
Yeah.
So, all right, now I'm going to get a little harsh.
More harsh.
Okay.
Okay.
Attend events that are focused on sales and production. Whether we're having some at our offices, call title reps, call lenders. What classes, what events do you have coming up that are focused on increasing production, increasing my sales skills? If there are, when we have mastermind events, I'm always boggled when we have mastermind events on the lack of participation. You now have an opportunity to be in a room with other agents who are going to share ideas. Look for those training classes, and this is the one that bugs me.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm not done.
Okay. I was going to say that wasn't too harsh.
I'm getting geared up. So,
yeah.
So last week we celebrated the grand opening of the Scottsdale office. Incredible office, and Raquel and the rest of the team did an amazing job. And at 4:00 we had a top producer panel, and we had some of the most productive and most successful agents in all of West USA sitting up there sharing their secrets to success, and the room was half full.
Yep.
And the lobby was full. And when we're done, I walk out and I start having conversations with agents who were there but didn't attend the panel. And I'm like, well, how's business? And they're like, it's really slow. Because I was leading the panel, okay, and I know the panelists, and I'm taking notes. I'm 20 years into the business, and Carlos whipped out some nuggets, and Tom Wolf, and Angela, they whipped out some nuggets, and I'm sitting there taking notes. I walked away 20 years in the business. I walked away with some ideas and some concepts that I can implement into my business. Now my soapbox is over.
Well, and I think it's really just beginning, Mike, truthfully, only because, we are in October, okay? And what you do today or any day shows up 90 days from the day you implement whatever it is you're doing. I mean, that's just a rule of thumb for real estate. If I'm going to start an activity today, I've got to do it for 90 consecutive days and then see what my results are, because it takes those 90 days, not just to get results, but to get results from the very first people you talked to 90 days ago. But here's the thing that really kind of peeves me with it. And we are talk to your office managers right now, because we are starting this month.
Yeah.
We're back to offering the business planning spreadsheet class that I do every year. We've totally switched it up. So this year it's different. What it is you're going to leave. We're not going to be philosophizing. You're going to leave with a business plan. You're going to know, based on the income that you want to earn, how much you're going to have to do, how many people you have to talk to. And let's face it, if you had a steady supply of consumers walking into your office, wherever you are, you would be doing good in real estate because you have the business in front of you. So what's the biggest issue, the biggest reason why people aren't successful in real estate? You don't wake up every day to go find your next customer. You're waiting for the customer to come knock on your forehead.
It's
and
all
it's not going to
mindset.
happen. It's mindset.
It's all mindset. So with that,
Nick,
in
you
a
got
couple
anything to add to
weeks,
that,
on
Show up.
October 25th, we are doing what we call our Pro Secrets. This is a top producer panel. We're doing it in the Mesa office. And I would say, if you don't go to these types of events, don't complain.
Probability is you're not gonna do better.
Because you have to be amongst and you have to be around the top producers. So we're going to be doing a Pro Secrets event at the Mesa office on Wednesday, October 25th. Again, you can find all of our events on the dashboard. Just go to westusacalendar.com. If you're not with West USA, just go to westusacalendar.com. This doesn't matter what brokerage that you're with. But this is your opportunity to hear from agents that are excelling in our current market. So put that down on the calendar.
It's an impressive group of people right there. If you do not go to this, you should really look at yourself and your business.
I mean, a couple of them were brand new in the business, and in their first year made it to the top of the echelon.